for me, that was love. It was love, Banuk. Do we all know what love is? But it's love that vanishes. Kasi dito, ang hirap maghanap ng mamamahalin mo sa Pilipinas. Grindr, ang unang itatanong na sila sa'yo ay ano? Pic, please. Hanapan ka ng picture. Matanda na ako, no? Matanda na ako. Nobody picks me up in the Grindr. Kasi, pic, please. Blur na. I was just growing up, I was a teenager, and suddenly I turned into a word that I did not comprehend. I was called agi. That's Bisaya for bakla, or bayot for Cebuano. Even my teacher would call me that, would shame me with that. Kasi agi ka, huwag kang mag-inagi. Can I stop my limp wrist? Do I really, I'm sorry that my waist walks this way. And so, I started to really interrogate the word. Oh my God! There's so many words that we call ourselves. Agi, bakla, bayot, alangan, binabae, sister, mudra, mother, ate, atche, name it. Klabing, klabingay, balagkayo, kabaro, MS, Middlesex, swar, dugong verde, Maria Clara, jokla, shoke, shokla, kumadre, dang, deng, dadang, neg, ninita, hilaw na Eva, pitimini, okay, nena, di ba? Girl kuning, okay, all of these things, it's just amazing, the words that we use. So suddenly, the word that imprisoned me started to liberate me as well.
I saw a revolution happen. Not often does one get to witness a revolution unfold in one's lifetime. I bore witness to this event. In the midst of it all, I found myself a speck in the millions who crowded in the streets wanting change to happen in their lives. I was insignificant to the whole march of time, except that I saw it happen and arrested its moments in my film, preserving it as memory.
I'm militant about this. We walked our way all the way to the National Congress, demanding our rights. Too early for anybody, maybe in Asia, to be demanding these things. Gay rights, marriages, adoption of children, and our own inheritance, and the inheritance of our partners if we're lost in this world. I mean, we should have all of these rights. We were called the gays in black. I think my generation really na lantaran na di ba? I'm gay, I'm queer, I'm here. Take me for who I am. When I made my film Oliver, then I started getting invited everywhere. My film was being screened in almost every major film capital where LGBT films were being shown. Pagbalik ko dito, then I was fated really to organize the first Pink Film Festival, and that was already 1994. But politics does not really go away. It's these young people who are really running the digital age, but I can still find my space, because now my new activism is in cinema for education. The greatest need of this country now is education. I mean, do we need another Cannes Award? Another Oscars? The race is on from many of my students to win the first Oscars. I mean, really now. I was making films during the time. Mainly there were documentations, there were documentaries. Much as they're about myself, but it's about bigger things than myself, like the social conditions, social changes. But I guess my poetry, my poems really are very much my personal confessions. I mean, my vulnerabilities. Everything is very much rooted to I guess my gay consciousness. I mean, it's good always to have memories, mental memories about the past. But I think, every time I read my poems, all 250 of them, I mean, somehow there are historical markers most importantly, something that is always ephemeral, emotion. Poetry is emotion mainly. Photographs, films give us a lot of emotion. Meet my new girlfriend. Darling, ang basa dyan ay maligayang bati.
Sir, what's your favorite poem na sinulat ninyo?
I usually write poems for people I love, diba? And people who don't love me in return. I guess they make the sweetest poems, you know. You love them and they don't love you back, and so perfect ingredient for poetry. Diba? I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, here we go. I stood bewildered at the wisdom of his words. Yes, under my feet shuffle streets whose names I cannot remember in Paris, Berlin, Athens, and Madrid. But I always come back to that one street with its Manila moon and your shadow. Then all streets become the same. So it's called Ariel and the Grand Design of the Universe. Oh God, I miss him. Yeah, I guess I meet people who mattered so much to me inside movie houses. That's why love and movie houses get all intertwined. We saw each other while watching the film Agnes of God. Ali Mall, I think. It used to be the gay paradise. And then somebody came in and I looked up and I said, oh my God, I mean, who is this? He's got a tall guy, quite a tall guy. And then he sat down. And then, almuna, the usual thing that badings do, elbow to elbow. He was 17 years old, I guess, when I met him. Oh no, 19 years old, and then moved on till age 21. That's when we broke up. And so, this is for Philippe, my boy in Paris. We walked together in Pigalle. You told me its secrets. The night was pregnant with illusions. I saw the moon above, among the flashing near. Again, we met in a movie house. It's an old movie house, very ornate and all that. He came in and he sat something like 2 seats away from me. And then I just couldn't help it. I was watching a Brazilian film and then I kept looking at him. So, alam mo naman, we make a lot of moves, right? So, I transferred to the next chair. I was just 1 seat away from him. And I made pak, parang may sira yung silya ko. And the usual elbow movement, you know. And he wasn't making palag until the film got finished. And of course, the usual, you know, would you like to have coffee? My scholarship ended. I had to leave. And then this Tokyo boy, landi-landi ko na, I was just lonely, honey, always just looking. There is a gay movie house there. When I went to the smoking room, it's so full of smoke and all that. Who would I see in the distance? I know exactly how that guy would smoke his cigarette. He would have it this way. The cigarette points up, and then he has a tilt in his head, and he does that. So I came nearer and nearer, very cinematic. I came nearer and nearer, and then in the haze and in the smoke, I said, Yuichiru? And then he looked up and then he said, Nick? Diba? Mga chipang bukay natin, kapatid. But for me, that was love. So there was this John. He was really gorgeous. Mixture of Asian, European, you know, that kind of a mix. At itong ang bombshell na binigay niya, you know exactly that I went with him because of you. Hala! Winter, pero ang init ng panahon, ate. Ang init ng panahon. Kaya sabi ko, puta, ano to? I'm not giving my number until Nick gives me his number. Wow! Ang ganda-ganda mo. Ang haba-haba ng hair. Hanggang Queens ang hair ko sa haba. Hanggang Queens, umikot pa sa Brooklyn. Ako naman pa Keme, di ba, dalagang Pilipina. Eto na. 2:00 ng umaga, may tumatawag na. Hello, who's this? Hi, it's John. And then, of course, the relationship happened. Kasi dito, ang hirap maghanap ng mamamahalin mo sa Pilipinas. Pag pupunta ka sa gay bar, may economics doon. Hindi naman pagmamahal mahanap mo doon eh. Diba? Pero, gay bars meant a lot to me. It has become a sanctuary, especially during the time of the dictatorship. Yun lang matatakbuhan mo. Kasi hindi ka naman pwedeng dasal ng dasal sa loob ng simbahan. Panglinggo yun. Diba? Pero pag Sabado, maging makasalanan ka muna para paglinggo may makukumpisal ka. Pero harinawa naman, naintindihan naman ni Lord yun eh. Diba? Yun lang ang dasal ko palagi, diba? Na in the end, we can be understood. Kasi ang hirap, lumaki pa rin ako na yung hindi ka naintindihan. Kahit ng pamilya mo, kahit ng tatay mo. Paano yun, di ba? Yung tatay mo, hindi ka maintindihan. Kasi nakipag-away siya sa digmaan ng World War II and he killed a lot of Japanese and you know, he's a war hero, you know, undeclared as it may be, but he fought for this country and you know, he is the epitome of manhood and then ikaw na bunso niya, bakit ka nagkaganyan? Bakit ka bakla? Nakakahiya, di ba? Nakakahiya ka. So yun nga, lalaki ka sa idea na hiyang-hiya ka pati sa sarili mo. Sakit nun. Di ba sakit-sakit nun? So at the age of 17, you know, I mean, how else? Buti lang at kahit pa paano, you know, you're able to overcome it. It's not easy. So, kung may mga baklita dyan na may breakdown, understand them. It's a painful experience. So ano magagawa ng poetry mo? Ano magagawa ng pelikula mo? Ano magagawa ng dasal mo? In the end, you really just, it's an act of survival. But, of course, iba ang period ko. Of course, ngayon, mas masaya ng lahat, sa grinder nila. Diba? Sige, magpakasaya kayo lahat. Diba? Panahon nyo naman ngayon. So does it matter if the sky is full of burning stars that collide in each other's paths? Is there a pattern in the universe when chaos governs the great emptiness beyond? Will I know the streets in the Milky Way, and will I find you there, waiting? The uncharted sky is that unknown region in your mind. It is not the stars that matter.